Are we controlling technology, or is technology slowly controlling the way we think and the way we act? Good day everyone! Sa panahon natin ngayon, technology has become a huge part of our daily lives. Mula sa social media hanggang sa iba't ibang online platforms, halos lahat ng nakikita natin ay may influence sa ating opinions, decisions, at behavior.
Kaya naman, mahalagang pag-usapan ang media and digital literacy. Bilang users ng technology, kailangan nating matutong maging mapanuri at alamin kung alin ang totoo at mapagkakatiwala ang impormasyon at gamitin ng responsable ang digital platforms. Technology is a powerful tool pero hindi dapat ito ang kumukontrol sa paraan ng ating pag-iisip.
Today, let us explore the importance of media and digital literacy in becoming responsible and informed digital citizens. For our today's discussion, our topic is all about media and cyber or digital literacies. And your presenters for today's are Amora Simon Garbel M, Pamin 2 on Unicamic Highlandy, Biban Julian Rose, Kabansag Donajan. Before we officially begin our discussion, let us first look at the objective of this lesson. By the end of these discussions, we are expected to understand media and cyber or digital literacy and how they relate to one another, appreciate the importance of developing media and cyber or digital literacy to ourselves, and identify the important laws related to media and cyber or digital literacies. And now, to formally start our topic, let us first understand with what cyber or digital literacy is. To discuss this topic further, here is Miss Unica Pamintuan.
Hello everybody! Once again, my name is Pamintuan, Unicamic Highlandy from BSE 22E, and I am from Group 3, and I will be discussing the part of what is media literacy, how media literacy started, the 5 essential concepts necessary for media message analysis, and for the last is what media literacy is not common misconception. And sabayan niyo ko itakil lahat ng ito and matapos natin hanggang dulo. What is media literacy? Media literacy is the ability to understand, analyze, evaluate, and think critically about the different kinds of media and the messages they give to people. Marunong tayong gumamit ng media ng may tamang pag-iisip at hindi basta-basta naniniwala agad sa lahat na nakikita natin online. Hindi lang ito tungkol sa paggamit ng cellphone, sa Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, or television. Mas malalim pa rito ang media literacy dahil tinuturuan tayo nito mag-isip ng critically, mag-fact check, at umunawa ng mga hidden messages. Example nito, kung ikaw ay isang media literate, hindi ka hanggang maniniwala sa mga fake news na nakikita natin sa Facebook. Like, pagkakaroon ng mga walang pasok online, may makikita kayong mga post dito na pag sinearch nyo naman ang kanilang official page ay hindi naman talaga ito verified. Kaya mas maganda ugaliin natin, tignan natin ang official page po nila kung verified sila, and tignan din po natin ang mga username po nila at hindi po sila mga scam para hindi po tayo maging maniwala kagad sa mga nakikita natin through online. And now, next, how media literacy started. So as you can see, according to Boyd 2014, media literacy started because people realized that media has the power to influence the thoughts, emotions, beliefs, and the decisions of the society. Noong unang panahon, ng mga tao ay umaasa lamang sa radyo, telebisyon, dyaryo, at mga printed advertisement. Pero habang tumatagal, napapansin na ang mga tao ay nagiging mapanuri na po sila sa mga kanila nakikita. Hindi lang sa online, pati na rin po sa kanilang kapaligiran. Nandito ang propaganda. Ang propaganda ay isang impormasyon na ginagawa para impluwensyahan ang opinion ng tao, kontrolin ang iniisip nila, o hikayatin silang maniwala sa isang idea o mga grupo. Sa commercials po, nakikita natin na kapag nag-a-advertise sila, sobrang perfect ng mga pinapakita nila para hikayatin tayo. And ang bias naman is kapag pinapanindigan mo ang isang favoritism ng media, ibig sabihin may side na mas pinapabora natin. Example, may dalawang news pages tungkol sa isang issue. Ang isang page puro magandang balita tungkol sa isang politician at isa naman puro negative. Pero ang pinapakita lang doon ay yung pinakamagandang side. Now, let's move on to the 5 essential concepts necessary for media message analysis. So, what media literacy is not common misconception. So, Many people think that they already understand the media literacy just because they use social media every day. But actually, there are many misconceptions about media literacy. So media literacy is not only about the watching videos, criticizing media, or using technology. It is more about understanding, analyzing, questioning, and thinking critically about the media messages we see every day. So the first one we will talk about is about the criticizing the media is not automatically media literacy. So hindi porket puro reklamo tayo sa media ay media literate na tayo. Some people always say fake lahat ng media, bias lahat ng news. Hindi ako naniniwala sa media, pero ang simpleng pagkakomplain ay hindi sapat. Ang tunay na media literacy ay marunong magsuri, maghanap ng evidence at umintindi ng iba't ibang perspective. Halimbawa, may trending issue sa Facebook tungkol sa isang celebrity at may mga taong galit agad, nagko-comment ng mga hate at hindi man lang chinecheck kung totoo ang issue. Nang pagkalipas ng ilang araw, lumabas na edited pala ang screenshots, o diba? Pangalawa, producing media is not automatically media literacy. Hindi ibig sabihin na marunong kang gumawa ng TikTok videos, vlogs, edits, o podcast ay media literate ka na agad. Pwede kang magaling mag-edit, marami kang followers, at creative gumawa ng content. Pero kung nagpapakalat ka naman ng fake news, misinformation, or harmful trends, hindi iyon tunay na media literacy. Example, sa TikTok, may ibang content creators na gumagawa ng prank videos or fake stories para lang mag-viral. And maraming viewers ang naniniwala dahil convincing ang acting, dramatic ang editing at maraming views. Pero, yung totoo pala, scripted lang pala lahat. Yun din ang isang misconception. And pangatlo ay, teaching with media does not equal media literacy. So, hindi porket gumagamit ang teacher ng PowerPoint, YouTube videos, Canva, or presentation ay automatic media literacy na agad. So, ang media literacy ulit ay hindi lang paggamit ng technology. Dahil mas importante ang nagsusuri ka muna at nagtatanong ka kung reliable ba ang research process na to at ginagamit mo ng critical thinking. For example, kapag nanonood lang ang students ng documentary without discussions, hindi pa iyon media literacy. Pero kapag tinanong mo kung reliable ba ang source, may bias ba, ano ang gustong iparating ng creator at ano ang hindi ipinakita, doon nagsisimula ang media literacy. 4. Viewing media from only one perspective is not media literacy. So, hindi media literacy kung isang side lang ang pinapakinggan. So, for example, kapag may issue online, mahalagang pakinggan ang iba't ibang sources, hindi lang sa TikTok video or sa mga Facebook posts. Maraming mga iba't ibang platforms dyan na pwede natin pagkuhaan ng ating information na makatotohanan. Number 5, media literacy means carefully think critically. So, hindi ibig sabihin ng media literacy ay wag manood. Ang ibig sabihin nito ay manood ng mabuti at mag-isip ng critical. Dahil kapag may viral issue, din naman tayo magaling, di ba? Kapag may viral issue, huwag agad mag-share. Mag-research muna tayo at alamin kung makatotohanan ba tong issue na to. Huwag kasi tayo basta-basta naniniwala sa mga nakikita natin online. So, sa panahon ngayon na mabilis kumalat ang informasyon, mahalagang maging media literate tayo. Hindi lahat ng nakikita online ay totoo. Kaya kailangan natin matutong magsuri, magtanong at mag-isip ng kritikal bago tayo maniwala sa mga informasyon na ating nakikita. Sa mga Facebook man yan, mapa-YouTube man yan, mapa-TikTok man yan, mas ugaliin natin tignan kung makatotohanan bang informasyon na kanilang pinopost. Kaya masasabi natin media literate tayo o ang isang tao kapag marunong tayong gumamit ng ating critical thinking, maging mapanuri tayo, at magaling tayo mag-research. Hello po sa inyong lahat, and natapos natin i-discuss lahat, and may I call on the next presenter from our group. And it is Miss Julie, Rose, and Bulbet. Can you please come in?
Thank you, Miss Unica, for that wonderful discussion about the media literacy. Now, let me introduce myself once again. I am Julie Ann Rose Bulban from BSc 22E Group 3. And today, I'll be discussing to you the challenges in media literacy education. So, what are these challenges that the media literacy education faced? So, the first one is how to teach media literacy. Since, as we all know, that media is constantly changing, teachers needs to find an effective and updated way to teach the students how to analyze and understand the media messages. So why is it important that updated yung mga strategies na ginagamit ng teacher? It is because para mas maintindihan or mas makarelate yung student doon at madali nilang matututunan yon. The next challenge is how to measure media literacy and evaluate its success. In other words, paano natin masasabi na ang isang tao ay media literate na? Actually, it is difficult to measure because understanding media involves critical thinking and interpretation. And the last challenges that we have is the main purpose of the media literacy. Some people believe that media literacy should protect children from the harmful effects of media, while others think that it should help students appreciate and better understand media context. Pero ang question dyan ay, is media literacy for protection or for appreciation ba? Now let's move on with the cyber or digital literacy. So when you hear the word cyber or digital literacy, it means it is our ability to locate and evaluate and also communicate information using different digital platforms. So kasama din dito yung mga cognitive and social skills needed to solve problems and perform tasks in digital environments. So in simple terms, para mas madaling matandaan, pag sinabi natin digital literacy, it means or it simply means being smart, responsible, and effective when using technology and the internet. So that's what it means to say when you say digital literacy. So with that, let's proceed with the next one, which is the key digital literacy skills. So actually, we have 7 literacy or digital literacy skill. The first one is what we call the tool literacy. Yes. So this refers to the ability to use hardware and software tools. For example, marunong kang gumamit ng computer, cell phone, Microsoft, or online applications. That's what we call tool literacy. The next one is what we call the resource literacy. So this is understanding where and how to access information resources. Halimbawa, gumamit tayo ng Google Scholar, online libraries, or educational websites na alam natin instead of relying only on a random Facebook post. Because as we all know, not everything that we saw or we see sa Facebook ay pwede na nating paniwalaan. And since ang Facebook ay talamak siya sa mga fake news or dyan madami yung mga news na hindi siya galing from credible sources. So that's what we call resource literacy. The third one is what we call the social structural literacy. So this means understanding how information is created and its effect on our society. So kailangan nating maintindihan kung paano nakakaapekto ang media at information sa opinions at pag-uugali ng isang tao. For example, we have these influencers or vloggers na kaya na nang i-shape yung opinions about beauty, politics, or trends through social media. Yan. Next is the fourth one. We have the research literacy. So, when we say research literacy, this is the ability to use technology for research and learning. Example nito is yung paggamit natin ng mga online journals, Google Scholar, or educational website for academic purposes. Like, pag sa school natin, kapag nag-research tayo, or thesis, and such. Next is the publishing literacy. This refers to our ability to communicate and share information online. Halimbawa, paggawa ng blogs, presentations, videos, o social content responsibly. Ayan, yung pag-share natin ng mga presentation na without the intention of harming other people. Next is the emerging technologies literacy. So this is about understanding new developments in technology. So halimbawa is yung pagiging aware sa paggamit ng artificial intelligence or AI such as ChatGPT or yung kung anong pa mga AI na alam natin. Virtual reality and other modern technologies. So importante din na updated tayo sa mga bagong technologies tulad ng AI kasi nga nakakatulong ito para malaman natin kung helpful ba yung mga nakikita natin online. And lastly, we have what we call the critical literacy. So this is our ability to evaluate the advantages and disadvantages of technology. So hindi lahat ng nakikita online ay totoo. And we should be aware of that. Kaya importanteng maging mapanuri at responsabling user tayo ng media. For example, before sharing a viral post on any social media, we would first fact check to avoid spreading fake news or information, o para ma-avoid na rin yung mga bad effect nito sa other people na makakita ng information na hindi naman totoo or fake. So, yes, that's all for my presentation, and I hope you learned something from me. Now, let me call on Miss Donna Jean Cabansag to continue this presentation.
Good day everyone, I am Donna Jean Cabansag, and today I will talk about the components of digital literacy. Now, according kay Bowden, ang digital literacy daw ay ang abilidad natin na magamit natin ang technology ng effectively, responsibly, and critically. Dahil ito daw ay nakakatulong para ma-navigate natin ang digital world. Now, ang digital components ay merong 4 na components. First components is yung underpinnings. Ito yung mga basic skills na kailangan natin. Ito yung mga reading, writing, and mga basic computer skills. And ang sinasabi dito is ang isang tao ay kailangan ma-acquire to mga basic skills na to para maintindihan niya kung paano nag-ooperate ang digital world. Next is background knowledge. Now, dito yung pagkakaintindi natin kung paano natin mahahanap yung mga information online and kung paano yung mga information na to na i-stored, na-share, and na-distribute sa iba't ibang online platforms. And nakakatulong to sa mga individual para malaman nila kung paano gumagana ang digital system and yung pagko-communicate sa digital world. Ang pang-4 ay ang central competency na naglalaman ng mga core skills na magagamit natin. Una na dito is yung ability to read and understand digital content, create and share digital content, and the ability to analyze kung reliable ba ang isang information online. Kasama na din dito ang knowledge assembly, media literacy, and information literacy. Now, mahalaga ito dahil alam naman natin na ang mga tao ay constantly exposed sa mga large amount of information sa online. And nakakatulong to dahil matututunan nila kung paano i-analyze and gamitin yung mga information na yun properly. Now, ang pang-4 na components ay ang attitudes and perspective. Ang digital literacy ay hindi lang about sa mga skills, ito rin ay about sa behavior natin. Ang isang individual ay dapat willing siyang matuto independently kung paano gamitin ang technology ng responsible and ethically. Ngayon, tatalakayin ko naman ang mga challenges to cyber or digital literacy education. Meron tayong 3. First is how it should be taught. Now, may mga taong naniniwala na ang technology ay dapat ini-integrate sa iba't ibang subjects sa schools. For example, sa English class nyo, meron kayong essay writing. And yung essay writing na yon ay dapat ma-identify nyo kung ano yung fake news. Now, nakakatulong ito dahil nababalanse natin ang technology skills and critical thinking skills ng mga estudyante. Another challenges is how it can be developed. Alam naman natin na may mga estudyante na wala talagang access sa mga gadgets, interconnection, and ibang technologies sa kanilang mga bahay. Kaya yung ibang estudyante, sobrang late nila when it comes to being digitally skilled. At yung iba naman, sobrang advanced. Pang-third na challenges ay, should it be taught to protect students or should it be taught to develop appreciation? Regarding sa purpose of digital educational literacy, may mga ibang naniniwala na ito ay dapat ginagamit to protect other students sa mga fake news, scams, and misinformation. For example, tinuturo to ng teacher para matuto yung estudyante ma-identify kung fake news ba yung isang post or kung legit ba yung website na kinukuhaan nila ng sources. On the other hand, may mga tao din naman na naniniwala na ang digital literacy education ay hindi lamang sa pagpoprotekta ng mga estudyante kung hindi sa pag-appreciate din ito para ma-maximize natin ang pag-aaral ng technology. For example, mga estudyante gumagamit ng iba't ibang digital platforms para gawin yung mga assignment nila such as PowerPoint presentation, pagpapasa ng mga schoolwork, or kahit pag-i-input lang ng mga bagay-bagay. Lastly, itong mga challenges na to ay nagpapakita na ang digital literacy ay hindi lamang para matuto tayo kung paano gamitin ang technology. Ito rin ay para ma-develop natin ang critical thinking skills, responsibility, and ethical behaviors natin in the digital world. And that is all for my part. The next presenter would be Mr. Amor.
So, a pleasant day to everyone. My name is Simon Grabel Amamoro. So, for my part of the discussion, we will now talk about the important laws connected to media and cyber or digital literacy. So, these laws are very relevant today because almost everything we do is already connected to technology and the internet. So, as a student and digital users, importante na alam natin na hindi lang kung paano gumamit ng technology, kundi pati na rin ang responsibilities at limitations natin while we are using it. So first, we have the Cybercrime Prevention Act of 2012, and also known as Republic Act number 10175. This law was created to prevent, investigate, and punish crimes committed through digital technologies or in the internet. In simple terms, this law exists because habang lumalawak ang paggamit natin ng technology, mas dumadami rin ang online crimes or online harms. Hindi lang pala physical world ang may krimen. Even the digital world may violations din na pwedeng magdulot ng harm sa ibang tao. Under Section 4 of this law, there are different kinds of cyber offenses. First, offenses against confidentiality, integrity, and availability of computer data and systems. Meaning, bawal ang unauthorized access or paninira ng systems and files ng ibang tao. Second is computer-related forgery. This includes manipulating digital documents or information to deceive others. And last, content-related offenses. Ito naman ay tungkol sa harmful or illegal online content. Some examples of crimes covered by this law are hacking, identity theft, online scams, cyber libel, illegal access to accounts, data interference, and online sexual exploitations. For example, kapag may nag-hack ng Facebook account, that is already considered cybercrime. Kapag may gumamit ng fake identity online to scam people, pasok din yun dito. Even spreading false and damaging information online can become cyber libel. So, pwede pala yung pagchichismis natin sa Facebook. Bawal yun. It's considered as cybercrime. So this only proves that what we do online has real consequences in real life. Next, we have the Data Privacy Act of 2012 or Republic Act number 10173. This law protects a person's personal information from unauthorized collection, sharing, or misuse. Napakahalaga nito especially ngayon na halos lahat ng personal information natin ay nasa digital platforms na. Every time we sign up online, use apps, or submit requirements digitally, our information is being stored somewhere. And because of this law, organizations and institutions are expected to protect our personal data responsibly. The law protects sensitive information such as our full name, address, contact number, school records, medical records, IVs, and even bank details. So halimbawa, kapag may nag-leak ng private information without permission, pwede iyong maging violation of Data Privacy Act. And another example na nangyayari sa atin, ang pag-i-story ng mga conversation galing sa ating messenger, sa group chat, na walang permission ng mga taong nagsalita or nagsabi nun. That is considered as Data Privacy Act as well. That is why we should also learn how to protect our own digital identity. Because in today's generation, information is power. Pero kapag napunta sa maling tao, it can also become dangerous. Moving on, we also have the Anti-Bullying Act of 2013 or Republic Act number 10627. This law ensures that students are protected from abuse, humiliations, and harassment inside and outside of the school. This is very important because bullying does not only affect students physically, but also emotionally and mentally. And now, dahil sa social media and online platforms, bullying can happen anytime, anywhere. There are different types of bullying mentioned here: physical bullying, verbal bullying, social bullying, and cyberbullying. Cyberbullying is one of the most common today. This includes spreading hate comments, posting embarrassment content, sending harmful messages, or attacking someone online. And sometimes, people think na joke lang or online lang naman. But the truth is, words online can seriously affect a person's mental health and self-esteem. That is why digital literacy also means learning how to become responsible and respectful online users. Now, let us move to this part question, or more important question. Paano kung ang minor ang lalabag sa mga nasabing batas? Nakaka-confuse, no? According to the Philippine law, minors who commit offenses online may still be held accountable, but they are treated differently from adults. So under the Juvenile Justice and Welfare Act of 2006 or Republic Act number 9344, the law focuses more on rehabilitations and intervention rather than pure punishment. Kung ating aalamin at magsusuri tayo ng mas maigi at mas malalim, meron tayong tinatawag sa batas na dalawa. Either you are criminal liable or civil liable. Now, if ang bata ay nakakommit ng crime or if ang minor ay nakakommit ng crime at alam naman natin na merong naghihinder na batas dyan, which is yung Juvenile Justice and Welfare Act of 2006 or yung RA 9344 na ating tinatawag, ito ay pwedeng mag-leads sa civil liability. Even if merong discernment ang isang bata. If we are talking about discernment, it is the ability of a person to understand kung ano ba ang kanyang ginawa. Ito yung ability natin to know kung tama ba at kung mali ba ang ginawa natin. That is discernment. So the law recognizes that children are still developing mentally and emotionally. Kaya mas binibigyan sila ng pagkakataong may tama ang kanilang pagkakamali through guidance, counseling, and proper interventions. And according to Section 6 of this same act, meron tayong tinatawag na bahay pag-asa. Kung saan ito yung intervention program at kung saan dinadala ang mga bata na nakakommit ng crime pero hindi sila pwedeng ikulong dahil nga sila ay minor at meron tayong tinatawag na Juvenile Justice and Welfare Act of 2006. However, this does not mean na exempted na agad ang minor sa responsibility. They are also have responsible. For example, if a minor commits cyberbullying, hacking, online scamming, or identity theft, there can still be legal consequences depending on the severity of the act and the age of the child involved. So in other words, the law protects minors but at the same time, it also teaches accountability. This is very relevant today because many young people already have access to social media and digital platforms at an early stage or at an early age. Kaya habang maaga pa lang, importante nang maturuan ng mga kabataan ng responsible digital behavior and proper online ethics. Lastly, let us discuss this question. Data Privacy Act ba or data privacy ba ang public funds? According to the Data Privacy Act of 2012, personal and sensitive information must be protected from unauthorized access or misuse. However, when we talk about public funds, the situation becomes different because public funds involve government money or taxpayers' money. And according to the Constitution, the public has the right information regarding matters of public concern, meaning citizens have the right to know how government funds are collected, allocated, and spent. So generally, public funds are not considered private information because transparency and accountability are required in public service. Ibig sabihin, kapag ikaw ay tumakbo sa gobyerno, you should know that you have the responsibility to provide transparency and accountability because that was already stated in the Constitution. But the law also says that while government transactions should remain transparent, personal or sensitive details connected to individuals should still be protected. For example, financial reports involving public funds may be accessible to public, but private personal information such as bank account numbers or personal identification details should still remain confidential. Ibig sabihin, ang ipapakita mo lang ay yung mismong transparency kung saan mo ba inallocate yung mga funds na nagastos mo. Hindi kabilang yung mga detalye tungkol sa yung personal identifications, yung account numbers mo, and of course, yung password mo. So this shows that there should be balance between transparency and privacy. As responsible digital citizens, we must understand that not all information online should automatically be exposed. But at the same time, public officials and institutions should remain accountable to the people. So overall, this law reminds us that digital literacy is not only about how to use technology, it's also about understanding our rights, responsibilities in the digital world, because technology becomes more meaningful when it's used with responsibility, discipline, and respect for others. So once again, this is the reporting of Group 3, and thank you very much. Ibig sabihin, kapag ikaw ay tumakbo sa gobyerno, you should know that you have the responsibility to provide transparency and accountability because that was already stated in the Constitution. But the law also says that while government transactions should remain transparent, personal or sensitive details connected to individuals should still be protected. For example, financial reports involving public funds may be accessible to public, but private personal information such as bank account numbers or personal identification details should still remain confidential. Ibig sabihin, ang ipapakita mo lang ay yung mismong transparency kung saan mo ba inallocate yung mga funds na nagastos mo. Hindi kabilang yung mga detalye tungkol sa yung personal identifications, yung account numbers mo, and of course, yung password mo. So this shows that there should be balance between transparency and privacy. As responsible digital citizens, we must understand that not all information online should automatically be exposed. But at the same time, public officials and institutions should remain accountable to the people. So overall, this law reminds us that digital literacy is not only about how to use technology, it's also about understanding our rights, responsibilities in the digital world, because technology becomes more meaningful when it's used with responsibility, discipline, and respect for others. So once again, this is the reporting of Group 3, and thank you very much.